people of the world. This is the Wish We Were Beer podcast. I'm Michael Pitzerus. This is Martin Murphy. And we have a make your own six pack where we are going to drink the beers and talk about them as well as discuss some random topics. Yeah, I think that's
Sounds good.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm messing with my mic a lot.
So here's a fun story: is that today's beers were picked up by my
Okay,
lovely
sweet.
girlfriend Hannah. And she was out in Buffalo at this cool place. I can't remember. I'll have to tell her the name. Have her tell me the name of it so I can post it or something. And she picked out the beers and said, "I got the beers for your podcast." And I was like, "Okay." She picked out all 6 of them and then found out that one of them was a repeat. So I went out and bought one beer today.
Good deal.
All right, so we're gonna dive right into it. So I the only beer I know about is the one that I bought. I never looked into any of these.
Okay.
I
like it though.
So this is Abita Brewing's Turbo Dog, which is a brown ale. Abita Springs, Los Angeles.
Abita makes
LA.
haze.
What's LA?
That grape one. What?
What's LA?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Oh my god, I said Los Angeles. It's 5.6 alcohol by volume. It's just a brown ale, it looks like. Inside every dog, there's a turbo dog ready to break free. This is a very good dog. This very good dog has a rich, dark color in the body with sweet chocolate, toffee-like flavor. Turbo Dog is powered by pale caramel and chocolate malts and Willamette hops for runaway good times. All right, so let's hope not to spill anything opening any beers up today.
Nice.
I've got a little collection of like all the tops. Not all of them, but yeah. Whole bunch of dead air. So I can't remember. I think it's a little less. Then, because it's so weird trying to remember, how far to fill in with bottles and how hard to fill with the big cans and the little cans and. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's pretty dark for a brown ale. Like, because most brown ales you can sort of see through.
Yeah.
Just looking at it, smell it. It smells like a brown ale.
It's kind of nutty.
It's sweet.
Sweet and nutty. I like it.
It's very toffee-y, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I see
It's like very toffee-y.
What about maybe like a Tootsie Roll?
Yeah. It's like a Tootsie Roll.
Like a nutty chocolate, extremely subtle, but it's there.
Yeah, it's like eating a Tootsie Roll with like a little bit of a toffee flavor.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
A little bit darker as well. Like a darker chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
I like that a lot.
Me too. Huh. All right, we're off to a good start today.
Okay. So far, so good. Good job, Hannah.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to dive into your topic here, Martin.
All right, so I've talked before about how, on this topic, about how Lord of the Rings is probably my favorite thing in the world. Amazon Video today announced that they have made a deal with Warner Brothers, or someone, I can't remember. They received the television rights to the Lord of the Rings franchise.
That's cool.
So they're going to make a television series on Amazon Prime Video of Lord of the Rings.
That's cool. So like I haven't, you literally just told me about this, like literally 2 seconds before we started. So like, is this going to be like a different time period? Like,
there's not a whole lot of info yet.
Okay.
But it's going to be a different time.
So pretty much what we know about is that there's going to be a Lord of the Rings.
Right. They said
TV
it's
show.
going to be. Let me just pull up the.
Okay.
Would that be alright?
No, go for it. While you're doing that, I'll just fill some time. So Lord of the Rings, we've never had like a TV show, right? It's only been
Do you know the cartoon Lord of the Rings from the 70s
No.
and The Hobbit? Okay. So there was a cartoon version of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit back in the 70s, which was like a television series, but that's not.
Well,
It was on BBC.
this is gonna be like live action.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's really cool.
I'm trying to bring up the press release here. I'm almost there. Almost there. So almost there. Okay. Amazon today announced it has acquired the global television rights to The Lord of the Rings based on the celebrated fantasy novels by J.R.R. Tolkien with a multi-season commitment. So they're already ready
Oh,
to
that's
go
cool.
for like a few seasons. So,
Awesome.
the upcoming Amazon Prime original will be produced by Amazon Studios in cooperation with the Tolkien Estate and Trust, HarperCollins, blah, 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 all the people involved. The Lord of the Rings is a cultural phenomenon that has captured the imagination of generations of fans through literature and the big screen, said Sharon Tal Iguado, maybe? Head of scripted series at Amazon Studios. We are honored to be working with the Tolkien Estate and Trust, HarperCollins, and New Line on this exciting collaboration for television, and are thrilled to be taking Lord of the Rings fans on a new epic journey in Middle-earth. We are delighted that Amazon, with its long-standing commitment to literature, is the home of the first-ever multi-season television series for The Lord of the Rings, said Matt Galser, a representative for the Tolkien Estate and Trust and HarperCollins.
Cool.
Sharon and the team at Amazon Studios have exceptional ideas to bring to the screen previously unexplored stories based on J.R.R. Tolkien's original writings. Set in Middle-earth, the television adaptation will explore new storylines preceding J.R.R. Tolkien's Fellowship of the Ring, which is the first book and movie in the Lord of the Rings series. The deal includes a potential additional spin-off series. Let me see if there's anything else good in here. The upcoming Amazon Prime original will be available for Prime members. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So,
Through like Prime Video, right?
yes.
Cool.
So it's going to take place before the Fellowship of the Ring.
Right.
That's all we know. And if you don't know about Middle-earth and Lord of the Rings, that is very broad.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole of Middle-earth and all of the writings by Tolkien, the Lord of the Rings, he wrote thousands and thousands of years worth of Middle-earth stories.
Right.
That go from the beginning of time to the end of the Lord of the Rings. That is sort of like the timeline for Middle-earth. So the events of Lord of the Rings ends what he wrote in the like anthology of Middle-earth.
Gotcha.
So when they say it's something
Before.
that takes place before Lord of the Rings, could literally mean anything.
So I wonder if it's like before that but after Hobbit.
I think that's a good bet. Is between the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
So because that's a little bit
about,
smaller of a.
Yeah, it's like 60 something years, I think, between the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
I thought it was around then.
So there's a lot of possibilities, but I wanted to talk to you today, Mike, about when this news came out. I saw a lot of people kind of angry.
Really?
I saw two sides. I saw extremely hopeful and happy people, which is me, and extremely sort of resentful people that were like, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings were perfect. You don't need to make anything else.
Oh no.
The Hobbit was a travesty. Blah blah blah, stuff like that.
Really?
So they were like,
oh my God.
Don't touch it. Just let the series be. And to me, I'm like, bring it on. I'm excited.
Right.
Because. Okay, well, first I want to ask you, how do you feel about this? Which side?
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I never like grew up with Lord of the Rings. Like it wasn't something that I watched at an early age or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something that I watched like probably within the last 5 years ish.
Yeah,
I would say. I can't remember exactly how long ago it was.
I grew up with it.
Right.
My dad read the books as a child, and so when the movies came out, I was 6 or 7 years old. He dragged me to the movie theater, and we saw every single movie together. So it's very special to me. Now, there is another famous book series that were adapted into probably one of the greatest television series of all time, which is still going right now. Game of Thrones.
Right. Yeah.
So we know Amazon has money. So for there to be for Game of Thrones to be adapted into this extremely high production quality television show that is going on for 8 seasons and it's spectacular, everyone loves it. Who's to say that Amazon, who has a similar amount of money, can't make an extremely high quality production of The Lord of the Rings into like a 4 or 5 season television show?
I totally get that.
That's what
Yeah.
I am getting out of this.
Yeah, it's got like a whole lot of potential to it
Right.
because yeah, like you said, Amazon's got a ton of money and
Yeah.
they could make it really
Exactly.
really good.
And Amazon's original programming now is really good. It
Yeah.
it hasn't gotten to like where Netflix is with their original programming, but it's getting there. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's
Yeah.
good stuff so far. Like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm like out of breath. So like I am just so unbelievably excited for this.
Yeah.
And it's a story that we either know or don't know because the Tolkien estate does allow for some like certain like artists license to be taken with some things that happen. So it could be something that happens in the books, or has been. Doesn't even have to have happened in the books. Tolkien used to write things down on napkins and things, or it could be a completely new story. Like there's a possibility for that.
Yeah.
So very exciting.
yeah, that's exciting news. All right, well, we will continue this topic right after beer number 2.
Welcome back to the podcast. We're going to start beer number 2 here and then finish up my topic about Amazon Lord of the Rings TV show.
Here you are, sir.
We have... this is a great name. We have the Woodcock India Pale Ale. 6.5%. My mouth is really dry today.
Yeah, I got you.
6.5% alcohol content by the Woodcock Brothers Brewing Company. Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but the dog's got a little scrap upstairs.
Yeah, I think they heard it. Right. We have a description here. Maybe it's just us, but there's something special about this IPA. Something that feels like us, where a classic standard meets a new twist, sort of like the way we do things around the brewery. A little familiar, a little unexpected, but so wrongly right. After all, everyone knows once you taste a Woodcock, you're never going back.
Oh, man.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Crafted, brewed, and canned in historic Wilson, New York. That's gotta be pretty close.
Yeah. Like that snap of opening a can.
That's really light.
It looks kind of like... I don't know. It looks
Ooh,
like...
I can smell it already. It has quite the aroma. Smells like an IPA, but fruity. I think this will be a fruity IPA. I don't like it when they give a description with no description.
Right. Where it's like...
We actually did not learn at all what this beer is supposed to taste like.
Well, we will use our taste buds to find out what they should taste like. Alrighty. Oh, we didn't... Did we cheers? I don't think we cheersed to our first beer of the night.
I don't think so.
Alright,
Beer number 2. Not fruity.
No, but it tastes like an IPA on the front, but I'm not getting like aftertaste.
Oh, I don't get it on the front. I get it on the back.
Really?
Yeah, my
God.
throat right now is just like all IPA. Still a little bit sick like last time.
I don't mind that.
Me neither. I couldn't chug it. But
No,
yeah.
no, definitely not.
I don't
No, it's
mind it at
nice.
all.
Like it's got like a nice orangey kind of color to it.
I get the IPA on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Not bad.
I'm not getting like a huge aftertaste or anything like that.
I am getting a huge aftertaste, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty hoppy. Like
Yeah.
it's bitter. But on the front it is like light and
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the front a lot.
Yeah.
And on like the back of my tongue, I have like an IPA taste.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Okay. So we're gonna finish up my topic. You said you had like
I had a wonder
a wonder question
of
for
like
me.
I wonder if like anything of the games of Lord of the Rings is going to be
Oh, like Shadow of Mordor,
yeah,
which takes place between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
yeah, something of like that kind of stuff
Well,
maybe.
you know, Warner Brothers does own that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Warner Brothers is also helping make this TV show, I believe.
So maybe it's got something to do with that.
Maybe that would be very interesting.
It would be very interesting.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
The story of those video games are pretty good.
Yeah.
For me, I'd like something before The Hobbit because there are like I said, there's a countless number of stories other than Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Right, and that's such like a fine time period compared to what's
Yeah.
actually there.
There are like the tales of like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings together spans like I don't know, maybe less than 100 years of Middle Earth history. But there are thousands of years of Middle Earth history of other stories that Tolkien wrote that are
Right.
published that you can read.
Yeah.
I suggest Beren and Luthien. It's a love story. Very good.
Ooh.
Between a man and an elf. And so I'd like to see one of these older stories from in the early days where the elves are like actually using straight up magic and that they're very powerful and that like in Lord of the Rings you always hear that the elves time is like dwindling and that they're leaving for the Grey Havens, which is basically heaven.
Right.
They're leaving Middle Earth, but like there are stories in Middle Earth where the elves are like top dog and
Yeah.
like they're kicking butt
And they're very
taking
prominent.
names. Yeah, and those are some really freaking awesome stories.
Yeah.
It's like it's you could equate it to like the like Star Wars,
Yeah.
where like some of the stories in the like what's the Old Republic days are like really freaking awesome and even cooler than the ones that have been made into movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can equate it to that. That's about all I have on the topic.
Okay.
I don't know if you wanted to add
we've
anything
got a
else.
little bit of time, so maybe we can just kill time with like a couple of I wonder questions maybe.
Okay. I wonder who's directing it.
Yeah. Like maybe actors or something.
Yeah.
Cuz I mean like HBO with Game of Thrones, you never really saw many of those actors pre Game of Thrones.
Right. I hope they're like unknowns.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they're not going with straight up Lord of the Rings because it's been done by Peter Jackson already.
Yeah.
you
And
can't
it's not
beat
like
it.
a remake or something.
Yeah, you can't beat it either. I wonder if it'll be like dark.
Oh,
I'm wondering about the mood because like The Hobbit is like The Hobbit was written by Tolkien as a children's book.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cheerful and all the silly dwarves and stuff.
Mhm.
So I wonder what the mood is going to be. Is it going to be a kind of a dark story
Right.
or a cheerful light story? Because both of those exist in Middle Earth.
Yeah. I'm going to have to brush up on all of my Tolkien stories.
I can lend you some books.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm like my main wonder is just what time period is it gonna be?
I know. Like,
Because
once
it
we
would
hear
be
that-
really cool if it was like before The Hobbit and everything like
Mhm.
that. Because I feel like it's such a fine line between Hobbit and Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
where like all the games are made, where it's like that storyline is
right.
already being told somewhere.
Mhm.
So like it'd be cool to see sort of a story that we haven't actually seen before.
Right. And like Sauron, who was the big bad guy in Lord of the Rings, like he had a master who was around in the early days who was causing trouble, and there was like a war like 100 times the size of the one with Sauron. Like,
Right.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I'd really love to see that.
It'd be cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we will end this segment here, and we will come back to you guys with beer number 3 and our
Yep.
snacksident waiting to happen, which I am really excited about.
Yeah, I keep hearing things.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We'll be back. All right. Welcome back to beer number 3, and then we're gonna get on to our actual snacksident waiting to happen, which I am so excited about.
Mike texted me this morning saying the snacksident tonight might actually be our first actual snacksident.
Might actually be a
Like, it might be gross. So
It's possible.
I'm excited. Oh, we got a blonde ale there.
We
it
do
looks
have
like.
a blonde ale today.
Sounds good.
All
Good
right.
palate cleanser.
A good-natured blonde American blonde ale. Brewed and canned by Good Nature Brewing Inc. in Hamilton, New York. It's got 4.5 alcohol per volume. Light and biscuity, yet bold and malty.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. I didn't read the whole thing because it's
Yeah.
all just fluff.
Yeah. No actual description, probably.
Love me a nice blonde as a palate cleanser.
I'm nervous about this snacksident.
I am too, but it makes me so excited.
So I saw that they're chips.
Yeah, they're chips.
I saw a bag of chips, but I didn't see what flavor.
Alrighty. Beer number 3.
It smells like
Smells like a blonde ale.
average.
Yeah. That's nice.
Very refreshing.
It is very refreshing.
Yeah, I
That
like
is
that a
very
lot.
nice.
That is very good.
Wow. It's just a normal blonde ale.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
It's good to wash
They
down
put a
that,
paired well
that
on there.
IPA.
It pairs with chicken, fish, and cream-based dishes.
Interesting.
That is interesting. That
yeah,
is
I guess
good.
that would pair
It's
well.
nice
with,
and light.
that would pair well with like a lemon chicken.
All
Making
right.
myself hungry.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, the story is these are wasabi ginger and chips made by Lay's.
All right.
And they're kettle cooked.
So we know I like those two things. I've had beers of those two things.
Really?
Yeah, I had a
I'm
wasabi
not a huge
tea
fan
beer.
of real wasabi.
Okay. I love wasabi. I'm one of those people who can buy like the package of wasabi peas and like just down the whole.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I love them.
Then maybe this won't be a snack
And I like
for
ginger
you.
too.
I
had
like
a-
ginger.
I had
So
a wasabi tea beer at Now and Later. Do you remember that?
yes.
That one?
But I wasn't sure if that was gonna taste like first of all, I wasn't
Okay.
sure if these were gonna taste like actual wasabi.
I like wasabi.
Okay. So I'm not a huge fan of wasabi. I like ginger.
Okay.
That's the reason why I got the wasabi ginger.
Do you have an idea?
There was a Doritos there. That was a totally green Dorito. That was a wasabi Dorito. Straight up
Oh,
wasabi
Maybe I'll
Dorito.
get that for next week.
So I've got no idea.
Okay. Let me take a whiff first.
Yeah, it just smells like chips. I mean, I'm not getting any of like the wasabi.
I smell the wasabi.
Do you?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in there. I also like wasabi with my sushi.
I just like sushi.
Oh yeah, it's there. Once I stopped like chewing, and it took over my mouth. Oh yeah. It starts getting spicy first, and then you taste like the dry, sort of earthy wasabi.
Yeah, I taste it.
I like it.
I don't mind it actually. Wow. Ooh, I got a lot of wasabi on that one.
I think it could be hotter. It's not that hot.
Wow. All right. I was so excited for this to be like horrible.
No, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good. They're kettle cooked, so they're quite crunchy. Wow. I'm actually shocked that I like these.
Yeah. My mouth is getting spicier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was also like I think it was like a bacon mac and cheese or something that I
I've had that
saw.
one.
There was a couple of weird flavors, but mainly the totally wasabi Doritos. I thought about getting, but then I saw the wasabi ginger Lays.
I'll get those for next week. Did you go to Walmart?
They weren't like in the chip section. They were like the end,
Hmm.
on like one of the end caps on the other side. Wow. I like normally don't like wasabi, but like I'm getting the taste of the ginger with like the spiciness of the wasabi.
I like it. Right. I don't want to eat all of them.
Wow. I'm shocked actually.
Did you not think you were gonna like them?
No, because I don't like wasabi. Whole lot of dead air. How is it with the beer? Beer's a blonde ale.
Yeah,
just an
it
awesome
doesn't
palate
change
cleanser.
The taste whatsoever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like it with the blonde ale. Actually, it's like extreme. It's very contrasty.
Cheesy garlic bread. That was the other one that I was thinking
I've
about
had those
getting.
too.
Have you?
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad I got these.
they're good.
Wow.
That's very good.
It is really good. I'm still shocked. I really didn't think I was going to like these.
I was really curious. I'm glad they're not too hot.
I didn't know that you liked wasabi. Like
Really?
that? Yeah.
Oh, I love wasabi.
Hmm.
When I have sushi, I mix the wasabi in with my soy sauce. Oh, I love wasabi. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. I don't think we can make like 5 more minutes out of saying how good these are. So
No.
we'll be back with beer number 4 and then a new segment. So you'll find out what that is after this.
All right. Welcome back. We are going to dive into beer number 4. And we have a bit of a new segment to kind of pitch to you guys and talk a little about today. And if we have time, we'll just kind of roulette ideas out. But anyways, we're going to dive right in. Ooh, another can.
Oh,
This is one that we've seen.
Boom sauce. Holy crap.
That's at Now and Later, and that's one that I look at all the time.
Me too.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's
because
an
it's an IPA, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, we're finally gonna have boom sauce.
I know.
Oh my god. That's crazy to me. All right. So like Mike said, this is a beer that both of us have seen in
A lot.
case at Now and Later.
Yeah.
A lot. And the name and the can catches your eye with the big bold lettering, boom sauce.
And it's called Boom
and it's an
Sauce.
IPA. And it's something that we like
Lord Hobo.
we'll go and sit up at the bar and be like,
Boom
look,
sauce. It's boom
I'll, like,
sauce.
yeah, like tap him on the shoulder and be like, boom sauce is right there.
It's Lord Hobo Brewing Company.
Yep, which is another amazing name.
Mm-hmm.
IPA, 7.8% alcohol content. Let's see. Boom Sauce is one of our New England style IPAs. It's a complex, unfiltered beer with great drinkability. Keep it cold and drink it fresh. Cheers. Okay.
Well, it's very cold.
Oh, let me see if there's a location in here.
The location of the Lord Hobo.
Woburn, Massachusetts.
Ooh. I am so excited that we're actually gonna drink Boom Sauce. Is it IPA, like total IPA smell? Oh, I'm excited. Oh yeah.
The light ones are kind of like I don't know about you, but I feel like the lighter ones are
They're the scarier ones.
deceptive. Like the most hoppy IPAs I've ever had are light.
Yeah. In color, you mean?
Yeah. So they're kind of deceptive. You think it's going to be a light beer, and then it's like, it makes you like
Heavy
shiver
IPA.
because it's so hoppy.
Wow.
I
That
know.
just smells a lot like an IPA. All right, here it goes. We're gonna do it.
Alright.
Boom sauce.
Beer number 4. Finally, boom sauce.
That's smooth.
Yeah, I feel like what was it? This one
Yeah.
that was a bit harsher.
Yeah. This is a lot smoother. It's easier to drink.
Yeah. Okay.
This one I have it way more on the front of the palate than
Me
the
too.
back.
Me too. I'm glad Hannah bought this because neither of us were going to spend our hard-earned money on this ever. That's so funny that she picked it out.
I know. I don't know about it. It's got like a very distinct taste though.
I'm okay with
Like
it.
it's IPA, but it's got a very distinct, different taste to it.
Mhm. I think if someone handed this to me at a party, I'd be like, "Cool, yeah." Be like, "Okay,
And like
this
didn't
is
tell
what I'm
you what it
drinking tonight."
was, or something like
Oh,
that, or
no,
just handed
like-
you the boom sauce can.
Yeah, like if that's all there was to drink, I'd be like,
Mhm.
"All right, yeah, I can drink this." But would I pick it myself? Probably not.
I gotta do it in small doses because I took a bigger sip that last time and it
Yeah,
was,
and then it coats your mouth.
but not bad, not bad.
Really
for
not bad. I'm
yeah.
surprised. I thought this was gonna be like
boom sauce.
take a sip and spit it back into the
Yeah.
cup. So
Especially with the way it smelled. I mean, look at how it's really light, but not necessarily like
Yeah.
see through.
right, it's like a colloid,
Yeah.
but it's light. Well, Mike, do you want to talk about our new segment? Maybe possibility.
Yeah. So our idea, we have just like a general idea. Martin and I are both currently reading a fantasy book called The Name of the Wind
Yep.
by Patrick Rothfuss, which is part of the King Killers Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool fantasy book, and we'll talk a little more about it in a second. And I am currently trying to start a D&D campaign between you, me, and my brother Eric.
Mm-hmm.
That's set in like a Game of Thrones-esque
Well,
sort
the-
of.
the
It is
Game
set.
of
It's set
Thrones.
in the Game of Thrones
Yeah.
thing because I got the book. George R.R. Martin wrote a book called The World of Ice and Fire that has the lore, the maps, the history, and everything
Mhm.
to do with the world of Game of Thrones,
Yep.
which is really cool. And I liked the idea of having a D&D campaign in it.
Yeah,
and
I
it would
like
be
it too. It'll be
it
a
would
nice
be really
change.
cool because we've done D&D campaigns, but like the majority of the time it's like these magic people. And the thing I
Yeah.
like about this a lot is the fact that we're gonna do totally no magic. Everybody's a
Mhm.
human, and
It's fantasy, but it's grounded.
right. And so like Joe Schmo next to you could be just as good as you are.
Yep.
In that sort of like
Yeah.
all he has to do is pull out a sword and you have no read on him at all.
Yep.
So
Everyone's a human. There's no giant dragonkin or whatever Eric
No,
was in
no.
the last one.
Or like something like even dwarfs aren't going to be very
Yeah.
like, because technically what is a dwarf in the world of Game of Thrones is more like a halfling, but less
Right.
useful, sort of, I guess is a way to put it.
Mhm.
I mean, like Tyrion kills some people, but spoilers alert.
He drinks a lot
Um,
and he knows things.
Yeah, but outside of that, he's not like
Right.
a warrior ready for battle. So
Right.
and
Yeah, I'm excited about this. And so our new segment was, we were thinking is going to be to sort of update you, the listeners and watchers, on sort of one, how we're going this book that we're reading,
Mhm.
The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. And two, to update you on what is going on in our D&D campaign. And three, if there's any other sort of fantasy goings on.
Yeah. Yeah, like
'Cause
like
Mike-
the Lord of the Rings show. Like if
Yeah.
if that comes out, we'll put up a big spoiler thing and we'll maybe talk
Mhm.
about it. So
Yeah. Mike and I both love like the fantasy genre, whether it's video games, board games,
Yeah.
tabletop games, or movie, television, and books. So we sort of thought that would make a cool topic.
It'd be fun to just have like sort of a base thing that we always come
Mhm.
back to and talk about.
Yeah,
Cause
we'll think of a nice beer pun for that one.
yeah, yeah. So diving into our story that we just got.
Yeah.
I just wanted to quick talk about how awesome Patrick Rothfuss is at setting a scene
Yeah.
and like
Right.
explaining things in such vivid detail. Because there, chapter 2 of this book, half of the chapter was him talking about
Description.
what the area the person was in.
Yep.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm learning a lot for the D&D campaign as to how to set a scene just from
Ooh,
reading him.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it's not unlike Tolkien or
Right.
George R.R. Martin, but the way Patrick Rothfuss writes these descriptions is sort of like more. I don't know. I picture the way he writes is like really flowy and sort of like it just sort of. I don't know, like he paints. This is like such a cliche thing to say, but he like literally paints this picture in front of your eyes.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally get that. Because like
Yeah.
I've read a ton of books. Well, I haven't read a ton of books, but like I've started to read because I pick up books all the time and just put them down and never come back to them because it's just a habit that I have that I'm really trying to get out of because I do not want to do that with this book.
Right.
But I feel like that's keeping
I'll keep you to it.
I feel like that's keeping me in this book though.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of books that I've picked up and read where I'm like, yeah, it's just. I mean, that's just. I'm just not getting it. Like I'm not having the picture in front of me. Like, just reading the way that Patrick Rothfuss writes is like watching a TV show or a movie or something like that.
Right.
Because he just does it, and it's
he like puts the images right in my head and like
it's extremely smooth the way he does it too. Like
yeah, like I feel. So I've read both George R.R. Martin and Tolkien extensively. And while they are also both extremely descriptive writers, I don't want to say this about my favorite author ever, but it's sort of exhausting at the same time, where they're extremely descriptive, but to a point of where like you just get tired reading it because you're imagining all these things and you're reading through these kind of like tangled webs of description, whereas Patrick Rothfuss, I feel it's just effortlessly putting these images into your mind.
Yeah, one of the ones. So I remember this specifically in the book. Instead of saying something like he scowled or like he made a face, he said something along the lines of there was a fine line formed between his eyebrows.
Yeah, and it's like I know.
I knew exactly what he was going for there.
But I think if he had just said he scowled, I maybe would have glossed over it.
Right.
And kept reading.
But that was like, because literally I read that and made a face.
Yeah. That's funny.
Because like it just the way he said it, like a line formed between his eyebrows, like a fine line formed between his eyebrows. Like it's so much better than just being like he made a face or he scowled or
I want to tell the story of how we started reading this because I think it's kind
of yeah, let's do it.
So both me and Mike's girlfriends ran the same half marathon over the weekend.
The Syracuse half marathon.
Yep. And how we came upon that is an even funnier story, but we don't have time for that tonight. And so him and I were both waiting for our girlfriends to finish the race, and we were chatting, and I was like, I forget how we came. Oh, you were telling me about the Game of Thrones.
I was telling you about the Game of Thrones thing.
And I brought up this this fantasy book that I wanted to start reading.
You brought up the King Killers Chronicles.
Yeah, and you knew it.
And I immediately was like, dude, I've been meaning to start reading that.
Yeah. So what did we do? We hopped on Amazon and bought the beautiful 10th anniversary hardcover book.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I am so excited to get it. I am so excited to get it.
And then we both read the samples that came along with it up to chapter 3, and so we were just sitting next to each other while our girlfriends were running a half
We were
marathon
reading.
reading this book together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
We're dorks.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I liked it.
I was seriously.
I can't wait for it to come tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need to read more.
Yeah, I was seriously blown away by just the way that he describes everything.
Yeah.
Cause like, you get a vivid picture of just like what this person looks like, and
Yeah.
you know, the sort of fall road that
Mhm.
this guy's going through with the colors and
Yeah, like, I'm really excited to jump into a new world because whether it's Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones or
yeah,
the world like Magic the Gathering takes
Mhm.
place in, or even Guild Wars, the video game,
a lot of those
or-
worlds that we've been kind of in for a little while.
or like The Witcher. The
Right.
Witcher.
Yeah.
I've read all those books. I've read the books about Magic the Gathering, Guild Wars, The Witcher. Actually, I need to keep reading The Witcher. Didn't finish it, but like I'm sort of exhausted by all those worlds, and I'm really excited to jump into
Just jump into a new one.
Yeah.
And there's currently there's only 2 books of
Yeah.
the Chronicles, but there's more like offshoot stories in the
Yeah,
same
there are-
world.
I believe 3 other books that take place in the same world but are
Yeah.
not part of the trilogy.
So, yeah, and
Yeah.
just the main character through the whole thing is like, I think is really
We're only 3
mysterious.
chapters in, and we like him already.
Yeah, I think he's like mysterious, and you can't quite get a read on
Yeah.
what exactly he is right now.
I
So
agree.
yeah, cool. So let us know if you think that this is gonna be a fun segment. I think and this is probably what we're gonna stick with. But
I think so. Yeah, so we're going to fill you in on what's going on in the book. Feel free to read along with us. Fill you in on what's going on in our Game of Thrones campaign, and then maybe a third sort of wild card,
Mhm.
another kind of fantasy thing if something comes up.
Yeah, and we'll probably hold each other to a standard of like,
Yep.
we're gonna read this many chapters before next week.
Yeah,
or
sounds good.
something like that. So just that way we're both sort of on the same page, and one's not pulling ahead of the other in like the sense of like, we come in to talk about it and one of us just starts talking about yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Mhm.
You guys let us know. We'll be back with beer number 5 and my topic.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Wish You Were Beer podcast.
I'm leaving that in.
Why?
Oh, I made a funny face.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you must not have seen it.
We're gonna dive into beer number 5, and then we're gonna go into my topic, which is gonna be quite fun, I think.
I think so
today.
too.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So today we got Delirium Nocturnum, which is a Belgian ale, family brewed. I'm not even gonna attempt to say that. Huyghe. Hugh. Hoy.
Yeah, never mind.
So this is a Belgian ale. By the Hoy Brewery, Malghent, Belgium. 8.5%. That's all.
Oh boy.
So this is like actually from Belgium.
Yeah.
Because of this weird stuff on the side here, I'm gonna use the normal bottle opener.
Okay. Now I've had Delirium Tremens before, which is like a really sweet sort of beer. It's not even really sour. It's a saison. To me, it sort of tastes like Smarties crushed up in a beer, and it wasn't. I didn't think it was very good. So we'll see what this is like. A Belgian ale should be sort of sweet, but not overwhelmingly sweet like the last one was. Not the last of these beers.
I couldn't quite get a
Tremens.
sense of the smell.
That's dark. Darker than I thought. For
It is
a Belgian
darker than
ale.
I thought it would be.
For a
Wow, I'm
Belgian.
like dumping this against the side and still getting a ton of head.
That's what she said. Belgian ales are usually pretty light, so this is interesting.
Yeah, like to me, it just seems like it's really carbonated.
I'm curious about the color. Delirium Nocturnum.
So this is the last of the Hannah picked.
Yep.
I picked out the last beer, and the
Mhm.
reason why it's the last beer is because I picked it out not too long ago, and it needed to get cold.
I'd say she did pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'll have to have Trish pick out 6 beers.
Yeah.
One of these coming weeks.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right. Oh.
Beer number 5.
Beer number 5. Ooh, it's very carbonated.
Yeah.
It's like drinking a soda.
Oh, I almost couldn't get any taste.
Yeah. It's sweet.
Do you have sediment in yours?
I can't tell.
No, like I have sediment on my.
Oh yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Maybe it's from the bottom of the bottle.
Maybe. I have like sediment floating in my head.
It tastes like a brown ale, honestly. It just
Mhm.
tastes like a regular brown ale. It's not bad.
Tastes like root beer to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm getting no beer taste at all. I'm tasting like root beer.
Yeah, I'm getting like a slight root beery kind of taste. It's very carbonated. It's literally like drinking
Yeah,
soda.
it really is. And I almost can't taste anything because of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, brown ale is the closest thing I'd say.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's like a root beery brown ale.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. It's nice.
It's like heavy, but because it's carbonated, it feels sort of light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I do like it. It's not bad.
No, I like this a lot.
Straight out of Belgium.
Better than the last one I had. All right, Michael. What's
So,
your-
my topic is not going to be a consistent thing. I found a website of funny conversational starters,
Mhm.
and I feel like it'd be fun to rapid fire these questions.
Okay, so you're gonna ask me them, but are you gonna answer?
I'm
them
also
as well?
going to answer.
Okay,
I'm going to answer what I can at least, because there's
Okay.
probably going to be some of these questions where
I think
I
we're
don't
gonna-
have an
I think
answer.
we're gonna be passing a lot.
yeah. So what's the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's home?
Like rat turds.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen because I couldn't think of an answer to that.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen rat turds in someone's home, but I
Did it
feel
look
like I
something
have.
like rat turds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, what's the most ridiculous fact you know?
probably something that has to do with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I'm probably the same. Not with Lord of the Rings, but probably with some other
I don't know.
probably with
I'm-
D&D. Like I know a lot about
Yeah.
D&D.
That's true. I watch too much like Discovery Channel and History Channel, so probably like something from that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pick one.
What's the best type of cheese?
Pepper Jack.
Yeah, I think pepper jack too.
I like
I
pepper
like
jack.
pepper jack. It's good. All right. What kind of cult would you start?
Oh my god. Lord of the Rings cult.
Yeah, mine would be like a Dungeons and Dragons one.
Too easy.
All right. If all the states in the USA were represented by food, what food would each state be represented by?
Can we just do New York?
Yeah, sure. Let's just
Okay.
do New York. I think apples when I think of New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is a really good answer. That's probably the best answer. The first thing that popped in my head though was dinosaur barbecue.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sure there are other states, like some states in the South, that barbecue that they represent barbecue better.
There's a bunch of like really good food and animal type ones, so I like these ones the
Okay.
best. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
200.
Really? I would think like 100.
Really?
Yeah.
What would they do though? Just peck at it?
Yeah, I think so. I think like if the
I don't
chickens
know.
actually
I feel
had
like
the
an elephant's hide is super thick.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, if the chickens actually had the goal of killing the elephant, like, cause I don't know. Like, if you
I
just
don't
put 200
know.
chickens in a room with an elephant, I feel like
an
nothing's gonna
elephant
happen.
Yeah, I feel like an elephant could
Right.
outrun them.
Yeah. Probably.
Maybe not outrun them, but like
You could definitely stomp a couple of them.
survive. Yeah,
Definitely
I think it would
survive.
have to be a lot.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Damn it. No.
No, I think yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's a piece of meat slammed between two pieces of bun. Even though technically sometimes
But
it is
the buns
one
are
piece.
on the side and
Yeah.
not on the top and bottom.
Yeah, but then you just flip it over and it's
So-
it's on top and
no,
bottom.
but then there's no. Well, no. No, because if a hot dog was a sandwich, it would be called a hot dog sandwich or a sandwich.
Yeah, I guess
Simply
so.
because it's called a hot dog means it's not a sandwich.
Yeah.
Let's put some logic into it.
Where's the strangest place you've urinated or defecated?
The New York State Fair.
Yeah. I actually have a good story about. I'm not gonna say a name or anything, but one of my best friends. actually pooped outside of a closed public restroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. I guess
Um,
like the woods.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm gonna stick with my answer. The New
Yeah.
York State Fair. Weird stuff happens there.
Okay. How do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza?
Disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually don't mind it. Like I like the Hawaiian pizza.
Oh.
What are we not friends anymore?
Seriously?
No, like I wouldn't be
I don't
like
like
I
those
wouldn't
two
go out of
tastes.
my way to put pineapple on pizza, but
I
like
don't. I'm not a fan of the salty, sweet taste in anything.
Okay, if peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called? I like peanut mash.
Okay, so we can still use the
Yeah,
Peanut?
yeah, you can
Okay.
still use peanut. I'm assuming like you would have to use peanut as like a descriptor or
peanut jelly.
peanut jelly. I
Yeah.
like that. Oh no, what's the creepiest thing you could say to it while passing a stranger on the street?
You smell good.
One of my personal favorites. I was reading through a list of like things to say on an elevator or something like that, and one of them's like in a demonic voice, like "must find new host body" or something like that. Must find a more suitable host body. Okay, all right. What's the most imaginative insult you can come up with?
Off the top of my head, it would be something about like your intelligence.
Yeah.
I don't.
My favorite thing is curse word body part. That's a good formula.
Okay. We don't curse on this
Yeah.
podcast, so
Toilet paper, over or under?
over.
Over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big over fan. What fictional character is amazing in their book, show, movie, but would be insufferable if you had to deal with them in mundane everyday life?
Jon Snow
Yeah.
from Game of Thrones.
No, I agree with
He'd
that.
just be like so depressing and
Yeah.
literally would be miserable because he's a miserable character.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be around him. He'd be a buzzkill.
I agree with that. Is cereal soup?
No.
No?
No, I'm going to use the same logic as the hot dog
It would
sandwich
be
debate.
called soup.
It would be called soup
Yeah.
if it was soup
Okay.
because it has a different name.
If
It's
you
not soup.
replace parts on your car, at what point does the car stop being the same car you bought? How many
when
parts?
you replace the majority of it.
Okay. How many parts would you need to replace to make it a new car? Is the next question that follows
Okay.
that. But I would
The
say
majority.
the majority of it, yeah. Maybe saying like keep the frame, but like if you replaced like half the body or something and then did new everything else. Yeah. What's the best inside joke you've ever been a part of?
You remember that thing that all the band kids used to do? Where if they saw each other, they'd shout.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't even a part of band, and I'd do that.
Yeah. I think that was mainly like a Colin thing. I don't even know if that was
Really?
like a yeah.
It just happened with all the band kids,
Mhm.
and I wasn't in band, but that's
Actually,
that's
it
the
was
one I
like
can think
mainly a
of.
drumline thing, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's the sexiest and least sexy name?
Sexiest name? Patricia.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go with
Least
Hannah.
sexy name? Gertrude.
Gertrude, yeah, something like Mavis or something.
Bernice.
Bernice. All right, we'll come back to this after beer number 6.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. I like this.
All right, welcome back. We're going to get into beer number 6 and finish Mike's topic, last but not least.
There you are, my friend.
Oh boy,
It's Evil Twin. Yeah.
One of our favorites, Evil Twin Brewing. A is for apricot. This will be good.
Yeah.
Goza style ale brewed with salt and apricot added. You know I like my salt. My sours with salt.
So there's actually 2 reasons. Because I saved this for last because I just got it and I wanted to make sure it got cold. But actually, I'm like really excited about it, and I didn't want to like overhype you or anything like that.
Okay, yeah,
because it's Evil Twin, and that's
Yeah.
like one of our favorites.
I'm excited.
And it's a sour, and it's apricot, which I've never had an apricot sour.
Me neither.
So,
Actually, maybe. I have. We have 4.5 alcohol content. Sort of a long description here. Just bear with me. Let's face it, we all like to put labels on things. It just makes us feel more comfortable. What assumptions have people made about you based on your race, religion, gender, the way you dress, or even the beer you drink? We did, in fact, label this beer for your convenience. It has a fresh tartness, a twist of salt, and a balanced fruitiness of apricot, apparently a complete reflection on your personality. We hope you like what this label we hope you like what this label says about you. See, that's a good description.
Yeah, I like that.
It says what it's going to taste like. It's good. All right.
I almost feel like
I think this is going to be good.
I'm really excited
Considering
about it.
like the ABV is so low, I feel like it's
Yeah,
with Evil Twin Brewing, the ABV is always really high.
and every ABV, like low ABV Evil Twin that we've had, we've absolutely loved.
Yeah, I feel like because they're typically so high in ABV, the low ones make up for in taste.
Right.
That is so light.
Yeah,
Oh
that is
my
like
god.
that is like almost white in color.
Yeah. Maybe a little more.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge with the smaller cans because we're so used to doing the bigger ones.
Yep. Tastes like a salty sour, sort of like a fart.
Smells like it.
Yeah, or maybe like a pretzel. Okay, I don't know.
Does it smell like a pretzel? Yeah, it tastes like it. Well, it tastes, smells like. I did the same thing you did. Oh my god, I've got some sediment.
Really? Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks like apricot, sort of pulp.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty
I don't
pulpy.
have any.
All right, here, number 6.
Last
Excitement.
but not least. Oh, that's really good.
That is really good.
That's really good.
Oh my god.
After an episode of like intense tastes and
Yeah.
IPAs, this is so good.
I've never had an apricot sour before.
Yeah, I have.
Maybe. It's very good. It's like really
It
good.
is. I like it.
Yeah. I actually bought a 4-pack of this because I didn't want to go
Oh
into.
no way!
Yeah, I didn't want to go into branching out and buy one beer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I saw this and I just picked up the 4-pack because it
That's
was the
awesome.
last 4-pack too. So
That's good.
I'm glad I'm gonna have extra of this laying
Yeah.
around.
Lucky you.
Yes, sir.
It's perfectly tart. It's not too much. You don't feel it in your jaw,
Right.
or in your jaw.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like more of like right on the
It's
front.
great.
It's right on the front sourness.
I feel like I haven't had one of these in forever.
Yeah,
We've had really hoppy episodes.
yeah. We haven't like and even then like the sours haven't been like
Yeah, you're right.
that guava sour. I like the guava sour a
Me too.
lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like super sour or anything. I think this is like a
Mm-hmm.
it's like sour enough where it's like, yeah, that's a sour beer, but not
Right.
enough to the point of like sour.
Yeah. I am sort of feeling this one in my jaw now.
Right at
Like,
the end.
In my, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Oh, I like this.
So we're going to continue with my
Yeah.
rapid fire questions
Sounds good.
because this is really fun actually.
Mm-hmm.
What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? And I'm thinking like playing the sport.
Bowling.
Bowling?
Yeah.
I feel like it's mandatory already to add alcohol to bowling.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. I'm just going to stick with bowling.
All right. I think soccer would be funny.
Ooh, that would be funny. Lots
Yeah.
of running.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
You shoot a basket.
Maybe
make
hockey.
30
Any of the
assists.
sports really.
Yeah.
That would
that's
be
fun.
like make everybody in football like make everybody drink but the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
So
that
where
would
the
be
quarterback makes really good throws, but
Yeah.
everybody's got to
funny.
make
That's good.
All right. Let's see. If your 5-year-old self suddenly found themselves inhabiting your current body, what would your 5-year-old self first do?
Work out.
Yeah, really?
I don't know. No,
I think mine would just play video games.
I don't remember how I was at 5 years old. I think I really liked Power Rangers. I'd
Mm.
probably go out. I'd go and like buy Power Rangers toys.
I think that was my age where I was like super into like Transformers.
Okay. Yeah, Transformers, Power Rangers, Pokemon. I'd go to like Walmart and buy toys.
What is something that's really popular now, but in 5 years everybody will look back on and be embarrassed by?
Sour beers. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, that takes a bit more thought. Maybe like Game of Thrones will be over.
Yeah, but I
Maybe
don't know
like
if
Game
that's
of
something
Thrones.
people would be embarrassed
Yeah.
by. Because
Oh,
like
embarrassed by okay.
oh yeah,
I-
and
I
like
sorta-
5 years down the road, it's
I think I glossed over that.
somebody would look back on and be embarrassed by. I'm thinking
I
like
don't think 5 years
clothes.
is long enough.
I think like clothes. I think like skinny jeans.
Do you think fashion's going to change that much in 5 years?
I think so.
I don't think 5 years is
I feel
long
like
enough.
fashion shouldn't have been changing rapidly already.
Okay. I think the question should be like 20 years from
Yeah, maybe. Well, let's change it. 20 years
Okay,
from now.
20 years from now. Yeah, clothes.
Yeah. I think that like skinny jeans, because what we'll be in like the end of the 2030s.
These aren't super
Those
skinny.
aren't like skinny though.
They're stretchy though too, which is why I like them so much.
Right.
They're extremely comfortable.
That's what
I don't
American
know if
Eagle
that
does
picked me up
best.
very much.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I'm thinking like those really tight skinny jeans for guys at least.
I think people are already over those.
Really?
Except
You
the
think
people
so?
that wear them. I
Yeah,
think
I guess
everybody except the people who wear them are like embarrassed by them. Like they're embarrassed.
Like
for the
yeah, I
people
used
who
to wear
them.
skinny jeans back in the day. If animals can talk, which would be the rudest?
A rat.
A rat? I'm thinking like deer. I think deer are
Really?
like ugh, I think deer are butts.
Oh. No, I think deer would be like stupid,
Oh yeah.
but nice.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think rats would be kind of mean though. Like New York
Um,
City rats.
What inanimate object do you wish you could eliminate from existence?
Inanimate object.
Like just something that's like a
Well, I know what it means.
okay, you said that like you didn't. You're like,
Um,
what's an inanimate object? If you don't have anything, we can skip that one because I don't have anything for that one.
Yeah, I got that. Takes too much thought. I have nothing off the top of my head, at least.
Oh God. What used to be considered trashy but is now very classy?
Ripped jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good one. What set of items could you buy that would make the cashier most uncomfortable?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Like a black ski mask. Some
Yeah.
duct tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
we've
that
seen
typical I'm doing
that.
something
Yeah,
shady
we've seen
type
that
stuff.
in like TV shows.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Is there any unwritten rules of where you work?
Oh my god, I work at a school district, so of course
Yeah.
it's too many to
What
name.
is there like any funny ones that are just like out there weird?
That dog.
Yeah, that's Giada.
No, it's now that I think about it, it's all pretty strict. Like it's all
Yeah.
anything you can think of is like in the employee handbook or whatever.
I think one of my work is that everybody's always in each other's ways. So
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah. So like saying like something like excuse me is like you'd be saying that constantly. So like yeah,
So
it's
don't
just
bother?
yeah.
Okay.
So like it's sort of like everybody is just kind of like moving and
I think like the sort of faux professionalism where like people who hate each other will even be nice to each other, that sort of thing.
That one's really bad, so I'm not gonna ask it. What is the absolute worst name you could give your child?
I mean, like, does it? I mean,
Without swearing.
okay, like you could name your kid Butthole,
Yeah.
and there needs to be limitations to that question.
Yeah, I don't know. What actual name could you give your child?
Bernice.
Mavis.
Gertrude.
What's the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen?
Oh, I mean, you see a ton on the internet, that
Right.
are, like memes and
Yeah.
stuff. Like hide your kids, hide your Wi-Fi. I think that's.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I can't think of any in
Or like
particular right
FBI
now.
surveillance van number
Yeah.
72.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'll have to find the one that I've got a buddy that named his sister's router something like hilarious, so I've got to.
Oh, I saw. There was one. One of my friends named his Wi-Fi a thing from Harry Potter. Shoot, what was it? It was you know that map in Harry Potter that shows people's footsteps? There's the thing that you say to like reveal it
Oh.
was the name of their Wi-Fi.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can't remember it off the top of my head.
All right, for our last one, what would be the worst buy one get one free of all time?
Babies.
like, oh, that's terrible.
Children.
Oh no.
I'm kidding. What about you?
I'm trying to think. Like maybe like maybe like something like medical, like a colonoscopy or something.
Yeah, a surgery, a medical procedure.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Colonoscopies,
That's
buy one
pretty
get
bad.
one free.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's funnier than the question was.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. We'll be back for our outros and closeouts and everything like that after this. Welcome back. We're going to do our outros and our recommendations of the night. So quick outro is just hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you go out and follow us on all the social medias, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yep.
Pretty much everything you can just sub button,
subscribe. Subscribe button.
and make sure to comment questions because that's also a segment that we could do.
Yeah.
Also, like you just search "Wish You Were a Beer" podcast. We're pretty much the first. Thing
Yeah,
that
we're
comes
number
up.
one at this point.
Yeah. So you search that, you'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatnot. Awesome stuff. So we're gonna go on to our favorite of the night, and we're also going to do sort of a runner-up type thing in our own books. So
yeah,
we could have something between 2 and 4 beers come out of the special Wish We Were a Beer crate.
Yeah.
So favorite of the night, I believe we both agree on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go with the Evil Twin Brewing. A is for apricot.
Yeah.
The one sour of the night.
Yeah, it was really good.
Seems like the last 2 episodes.
Well, we had the guava one last time, but that wasn't
okay.
super sour.
I don't really remember it.
Yeah. It's hard to remember all of them.
Yeah,
it really is.
This one was pretty sour. It was the most sour we've had in a while.
Yeah.
And it was pretty sweet and tasty.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go with that.
Oh, I'm definitely going to agree with you on that.
Well,
my second one is going to have to be this brown ale back here that tasted like the Tootsie Roll toffee type thing. The Turbo Dog brown ale from Abita Brewing.
Yeah, it was good. My second favorite of the night is going to have to be the Delirium Nocturnum, though.
That was really good. I
think maybe because I liked it so much more than the other Delirium I had.
Yeah.
This one,
definitely.
I liked it. Tasted sort of like a brown ale to me, which I really liked. Aside from the really carbonated taste.
Carbonated, yeah.
It felt really cool because it was so carbonated. You're right, it did taste like a soda, and it had the brown ale behind it, which which made it taste like this root beer sort of thing, but not as sweet. But I got real hints of root beer in there.
No, I did too. It was really cool. It's sort of like that Dark Horse Brewing Company like last episode where we had that one that was like undrinkable to us, but then
Oh,
the
yeah.
next one was really good, and I
Yep.
think we thought higher of that next one because it was the
Yeah,
same
probably. I think
brewery.
you're right.
So yeah, I can see that, and
Mhm.
I honestly don't remember the other Delirium one, so that's
Okay.
something I'm gonna have to try some other time. But yeah, I bought a 4-pack of this A's for Apricot
Yeah, I'm
while
jealous.
I was buying it, and I am really happy I did.
Yeah, I wish I had some of that at home tonight.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. It was a good episode.
It was.
Yeah.
That's going to wrap up episode 9 of the Wish You Were Beer
9.
podcast.
Next episode's our 10th episode.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're gonna have to do
Double
something
digits.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Chances
figure it
are
out.
we won't.
No, it'll probably just be a normal one, but we'll think about it. And
Yeah.
we'll bounce each ideas off
Again,
of each
please
other.
remember, comment on the video. Send us a question
Mhm.
anywhere, really.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, don't go out there and try some weird beers,
Yes.
people, and
Sorry, I forgot
have your
outro.
bartender recommend something for you.
Yeah.
So, all right, then have a good night.